Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Are you ready to make your mashed potatoes? Because I'm ready to share one of my favorite recipes with you. It's cheddar mashed potatoes. Start with 1.5 pounds of russet potatoes. Those are gonna yield some pretty fluffy mashed potatoes, I think. Peel them. Sometimes I leave the peels on for mashed potatoes, but not with russet potatoes. If I'm using like a small Yukon Gold or a red potato, and sometimes I do, but not in this instance. Have I ever told you about my love of the Y peelers? My favorite peeler. This one's really great and really inexpensive, and it fits right in your hand. Tell me what you're making for Thanksgiving. I want to know. Write in the comments below. Tell me your top 2 favorite things that you make for Thanksgiving every year. That'd be fun. So I make pies, and I usually make like 4 pies. If you follow me on Instagram at SarahCarey1, you'll see what kind of pies I make this year. Cut the potatoes into cubes. It kind of doesn't matter how big they are, but the smaller they are, the less time it'll take to cook. But if they're too small, they'll absorb too much water. So let's say about 2 inches. This recipe can be doubled, tripled, quadrupled. Just change the size of the pot to be appropriate to the amount of potatoes that you're cooking. Pot of water. The water should be cold when you start. I already have my water in the pot, but usually you put the potatoes in, then cover them with water. It needs to be covered by 2 inches so that there's plenty of water around the potatoes while they're cooking. Don't forget to season. Bring it to a boil and then cook it at like a pretty vigorous simmer until the potatoes are very tender. That'll take about 15 minutes. They are tender, they are done. Drain. And what I like to do is put the potatoes back into the hot pot to get them dried out. That's how you get them nice and fluffy. Some people like to bake their potatoes for mashed potatoes. My colleague Lucinda, she told me the other day that she baked potatoes for the fluffiest mashed potatoes, which I thought was pretty cool, and I've never really thought of doing it. Shake them a little bit in the pot, get them dried out, and then what you do is you add 2/3 of a cup of milk. And the recipe only calls for 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You can use 2 tablespoons, you could use a little more, I'm not gonna tell. You know me, it's Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna skimp on the butter, so I would probably add just a little bit more. Salt and pepper. And don't forget the cheddar cheese. If you want garlic cheddar mashed potatoes, throw 3 cloves of garlic in with the potatoes as they're cooking. You'll get a really nice mellow garlic flavor. It won't be overwhelming. It'll cook right in with the potatoes, and then you mash it right in there. It's so good. You could put some herbs in here at the end and make them cheddar herb. Chopped parsley and a little bit of chive would be good. Taste them. Let's see. Do they need more butter? I mean, you know, like 2 to 4 to 8 more tablespoons. Just kidding. They're actually really good. If you want them finer, if you like a really, really fine mashed potato, you can put them through a ricer. I kind of like a little bit of a lump in my mashed potatoes, but I know some people like a really smooth one. So it's kind of up to you. A food mill or a ricer will give you a really smooth, almost puree-like mashed potato. All right, they're good, but they don't have enough cheese flavor for me. This was extra sharp cheddar, so I'm adding another whole half a cup. I know, you don't have to, but I think that you will agree that the extra cheese is really going to help. That's better. Cheddar mashed potatoes. Much better. So good. You get like tangy sharpness from the cheddar cheese. I just use the white extra sharp cheddar because that's the one that I like, but you can use orange if you want to be able to see it so people can know that it's in there even before they taste it. But you guys are gonna adore this cheddar mashed potatoes on your Thanksgiving table.